Okay, that waste pile that we walked over, that had all the coal and shale right there. So I came another 50 feet because there had to be a reason for that waste pile. And sure enough, you could see this huge depression here where they dug in. And so there is a mine right there. But better yet, just another 30 feet. Here's another one. I haven't been up to it yet. Looks like it might be open back in there. So the waste pile that we walked over, that had all the coal and shale right there. So I came another 50 feet because there had to be a reason for that waste pile. And sure enough, you could see this huge depression here where they dug in. And so there is a mine right there. But better yet, just another 30 feet. Here's another one. I haven't been up to it yet. Looks like it might be open back in there, so let's go take a peek. The bear hunters that we saw when we were looking at the tunnels the other day told us about this. Oh, it's wide open. It's flooded. Something's been going up and down here unless the hunters have done that. That's my breath. See the old wooden post here. Wow, you could walk in this. All the beams on the floor here, as much as that waste pile was. This has to be a pretty deep mine. You can see some trusses right there. There's like a mist in here. They weren't kidding when they said this was a big mine. You see that beam tilted across the top down there? The coal seam right here, 3.5 feet. It goes up to the ceiling there. You have to bring the roll in front of the camera. What an interesting mine. It's not wide, that's 10 to 12 feet wide, but it's a deep shaft. And I see all types of posts, nailed posts right there, particularly. See what wood timber is laying on the floor here. Got 6 inches of water. Oh, a little soft. I have no clue how deep that is. I'm sure there'd be other people would take waders or something and walk back in this. I'm not prepared for that. Looks eerie. Post there. Right around to the right there. It's deep. I'm going to zoom this in and then try to enhance it on the computer, see if you can see anything. See the beam line across the top there. That's at an angle going down towards the left. Here's the ceiling. And it looks like that was the coal seam down to about right there in the center of the screen. At least out here initially. Same thing on this side. Maybe a little bit shallower on this side, about 3 feet. What was this used for way back when? Did this have something to do with the Holly Junction, which is just a couple hundred yards from where this mine entrance is? Maybe they dug coal here and filled the trains with it way back when. Okay, there's the ceiling. And this is all the dirt that's piled in over the years. It slid off the hillside, blown in here. It's got to be 8 or 9 feet high till you get down to the floor there. Another 100 years, this will be closed up probably. To say this would be a perfect mine to put a GoPro on top of a remote-controlled boat and get it back there a little bit further. You may come back here and try this. In fact, the easiest way is wait till the summer and just boat right up to this point, this horseshoe bend. I'll show you on the map again. Same map I used in the tunnel videos, the B&O tunnels, the Elk Tunnel built in 57 and that tunnel under Route 15 built in 1908. But clearly on this horseshoe bend of the Sutton Lake here, right below the forks of the Holly and Elk, be just as easy just to boat right to the shore and then walk up 100 yards. I came from where the tunnels are. This is Sutton Lake on January 1, 2023. I'm standing just a little bit below the level of where those mine entrances were. And I know from the old maps I've seen, plus the pictures, Holly Junction sat right back there on the opposite side of the Elk from where we're at. And there was a bridge that crossed and came right up on this flat here. Made its way up the Elk. Now when they constructed Sutton Lake, they rerouted it through the tunnel there. Okay, this is the Elk side of the old B&O railroad tracks before it was rerouted due to the construction of the lake. And right there you see that hump. That's where the train come across. The bridge was there. And if you look on the other side of the river, you'll still see some cut stones, which were the foundation for the bridge that went across. So when you look at the picture of the Holly Junction station and you see the train sitting on the right there, it came from this direction, or was going this direction, across the bridge that would have started right there and come over to this hump. So Holly Junction just sat right over there. I wouldn't be surprised if that's an old railroad tie timber, the way that's squared off there. It's laying right on this grade. A little soft walking on it. We're going to walk out to the end here. Coming out to the end of this hump here. So the bridge would have been right in this area. Get you a closer look to those old cut stones. That was the foundation for the bridge at Holly Junction across the Elk side. I'm sure those mines there, as big as that is, had something to do with loading coal for the old trains. If you look right above it there, that's the grade that then went all the way down the Elk River where the two tracks joined up. They joined up right here at the Holly station, the one that went up Holly River. You see the grade there going. A lot of it's washed out. And of course I'm standing on the grade that went up the Elk. You can see how it goes down there. And this is in a huge horseshoe bend when they made the lake. Obviously they couldn't use these tracks anymore. So they created the Elk Tunnel, which is off to the left side of that bridge there that they built over Sutton Lake. So the Elk Tunnel's just right there. And I started on the back side. Okay, right here on the hump on the opposite side where I'm still at, there's a brick that says Salina. Let's see if there's anything else on it. Nope. I saw a couple other pieces of bricks here. Caught my attention. Here's another one. Same thing. It says Salina on it. Of iron here. Here's a brick that says Eastern on it. Right next to a couple other Salina bricks. I'll have to research those. Let's see what this one is. Star. That one says Star. Star, Eastern, and Salina so far. Road spike laying on the grade there, rusting away. Plain red brick. I've turned that over. No writing on that one. Type of relics. There's an old nut, square nut. Another railroad spike or two here. There's all types of metal, junk metal here. Another spike. About a 3-inch washer there. I picked up one of the spikes so you could see it. All the shale coal, not good coal, where they dug out or dumped off. This is right close to where the mine is. Right up and about there, about 100 yards from where I'm standing. Give you one last look at that abutment there on the opposite side of the Elk where Holly Junction Depot stood. Coming across the Elk here. And right there is where the bridge would have connected over to. Where I walked out. This is the confluence of the Elk and Holly rivers. The Holly goes up that valley there. This is what they call the winter pool. It's drawn down because Sutton Lake is a Army Corps of Engineers flood control lake. That's going up Main Elk there. As you see, it's a bigger lake. Looks like the water pouring out of Holly. It's hard to say. Probably can't see it here. It's muddier than the Elk side. Now that point off to the left there, when you come around that, you can almost see the set of rocks on the opposite side. That's where the mine is. So it's way down there on the back side of that point sticking out. That's off to the left there, left side of the river. And next time I go see it, I think I'll just boat up to it when they draw the water up in April and May. It's deathly quiet.